So you guys recently got tagged by Yanasa Amaranch. It was a channel I just recently found out about, really, and I'm enjoying their content over there. They seem like really good, down-to-earth people, really high-quality video production, and I think they got a lot of similar interests in us, and been really enjoying their content here. But they tagged us in a little collaboration series, sort of a get-to-know-you type series. So there's a handful of questions you need to answer, and then tag 5 other channels. So the questions are: name 3 YouTube channels that inspire you, 3 things that excite you, 3 things that relax you, and 3 things that you're good at. So we'll start off with 3 YouTube channels that inspire me. I did a video on this a while back. I'll put a link in the description below if you got interest in checking that out. My thoughts haven't changed at all on these guys. I mentioned Pratt Family Homestead, really enjoy them. St. Isidore's Farm, and Jeremy over there at Simple Little Life. But inspirations come from all different places, and I wanted to take an opportunity to maybe mention a couple other channels that inspire me. Obviously, there's things that people do that the way they do something might inspire me, or the way their outlook on different things can be the case. So 3 different channels I thought I would mention that I haven't mentioned in the past. Maybe Cog Hill Farms, really enjoying his stuff over there. Really well put together videos, a lot of like growing your own food, raising your own food type stuff. Just a down-to-earth guy. I like him. Just a nice guy. I like his stuff. See, another channel, Gildebrook Farms. I know I've mentioned them, I think, once in the past or something. Really like what they're doing over there. Sort of a prepping, homesteading type stuff. They had a lot of animal raising stuff, but they've been running up against a few little hurdles here and are in the midst of actually picking up and moving to a new place. You know, stretch their legs a little bit, and excited to see what's to come with some of that stuff. But they got a lot of high quality videos over there, a lot of great information. Let's see, another channel. This might be a channel that a lot of you guys may already know about, a channel called Chucky 2009. I remember watching his videos years ago, a lot of welding videos, and he's sort of morphed into this like fabrication type channel. Sometimes these weird Frankenstein projects, generally all related around welding and stuff, but I like his outlook, his upbeat, positive attitude on stuff, and seeing the way he approaches different things. It's a pretty fun and very educational thing as well. So I recommend you guys go over and check all those guys out. 3 things I'm good at. Boy, how do I feel like I can look at things from both sides of the picture, especially today's world. Everything seems to be so divided, one extreme to the other, and such a negative look towards the other side, and it feels like a lot of times nothing ever happens because people are so stuck in their way. But I feel like I'm someone that's pretty neutral. I understand people don't come to a conclusion for just any old reason. There's generally experiences and reasons why they come to that stuff, and whether someone agrees with me or doesn't disagree with me, I can understand that. I'm not a judgmental type person. Life is got its struggles. People have their struggles, and I'm not really one to judge others. Let's see. Something else I'm good at. I feel like there's not a lot that I can't figure out. I feel like I have a lot of basic understanding of a lot of different stuff. For example, something at our house, something goes down, whether it's our well or septic, need to redo some drywall, some plumbing project. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on a lot of the stuff. I can get things up and going relatively quickly and cheaply. And if I don't, I feel like I'm pretty resourceful and be able to find a way to get me moving in the right direction. See, something else. I'm not afraid of physical work. I don't mind that type of stuff. Maybe sometimes I even brute force my way through certain things, but I enjoy physical work, and I'm definitely not afraid to do it. If I get set on some certain project, I will keep going and going and going until it gets done. 3 things that relax me: music. Relaxing music, any type of music, but obviously, you know, you crank on some hard rock and roll or something, maybe it doesn't really take the edge off, but there's certain varieties of music, and I don't really have a particular music I like. I mean, I like all sorts of stuff. Let's see, fire is another thing that really relaxes me, whether I'm sitting at a bonfire or looking at a wood stove, an open fireplace. There's something really mesmerizing about it, and you just kind of can space out. Another thing that relaxes me is physical labor, especially something that I can sort of kick it into autopilot. Firewood is like one of those like perfect examples. I just kick it into autopilot. A lot of times I have music already on, so it's already helping that. And then you're kind of getting the endorphins released as you're working on the different projects. And then at the end of the day, you got something to show for what you did. I don't mind that physical labor, and I feel like a lot of times it's really uplifting to the soul and the body with that, I guess. Let's see, 3 things that excite me. Life is something that definitely excites me. The idea of trying to figure out what you want to do, what you want to be remembered by, how you're going to leave your mark. Even as I continue to age here, maybe it's not quite as easy to quickly change directions, but I'm a firm believer, and you can do whatever you want, and you know, obviously your priorities and different things change, and it might not be as easy to pick up and change directions as it is when you're 18 or in your early 20s or something, when you don't have a place and a family tied down. But I really think that stuff's possible, and I like the excitement of that, and strong believer, if you get the ball moving in a particular direction, you don't know where it'll end up taking you. You know, it's kind of like if you look back on your life right now, what was it like 10 years ago? I bet it was very different than it is today, and I just kind of like that excitement of that. Another thing I really enjoy is the learning side of stuff. I tend to lean really towards the do-it-yourself type stuff. I like learning new perspectives and ways of doing things. A lot of times I'm drawn to things that, for example, you go to the store and you pick up a case of beer. Like, well, how did that, you know, get into that can? And then it's, you know, I think that's what brought me down the road of homebrewing. What's brought me down the road of gardening. Kind of the whole explosion. Especially if you got, you know, it doesn't matter where that inspiration comes from. Like I've been watching Simple Little Life over there. He's a knife making channel. I've never made a knife before, and I've never really even thought much about it. But I get excited about watching his content and the idea of learning about it. It's like, what's the best steel to use? What's the best way to do the scales? What's the best way to, and it's just that whole learning process. And then I think some of those skills that you acquire are very easily applied in other areas. You know, for example, that knife making thing, there's some metalworking skills, and maybe one day you're out working on your truck or something, and you got something you need to fabricate up or something. Now you kind of have maybe some of the tools and the knowledge on how that metal was cut or whatever, and I think that type of stuff really excites me. Let's see. I think that the final thing that it's really been pretty fun and exciting for me is, and something I never really thought would be, is making videos. I think video making is such a phenomenal tool, a resource. There are different ways to tell stories and share ideas and perspectives or how-tos. And it's such a cool thing. I think this all ties back to the learning type stuff. There's so many different things you can do and have available at your fingertips when you're doing video production, whether it's using music or camera movement or lighting. There's just so many things to learn about with that and how it can affect or change the way your story is being told. It's like tools and resources that can help improve and enhance that story, I guess. I'd like to find a way to make a living one day doing video. I think that would be something very fun. That's something I've toyed around with. Whether I can do it full-time YouTube, I don't know if I'm that person or not. Maybe doing some promotional videos for businesses, or I've even toyed with doing wedding stuff, but I don't know if I really want to go down that road. It's like a one-time, you know, you got to get everything captured. You miss a perfect moment. I don't want to be within arm's reach of Bridezilla and just the stress of something like that. So I don't know if that's something I'd like to get into, but I'd like to find some way to generate some income, and maybe one day that could be a full-time potential, doing video or something. I don't know. It's something right now that I'm kind of excited about. Let's see. I think I covered everything. So now I need to tag 5 channels. So how about we tag St. Isidore's Farm? Like I mentioned, they're a channel that really inspires me. I like their stuff. How about Gildebrook Farms? I think that's another fantastic channel there. I'd love to hear their response. How about Deep South Homestead? I think that'd be another fun channel. And Cog Hill Farms. And let's see, let's come up with one more. How about M&B Homestead? That's a channel I've been kind of looking for an opportunity to give them a mention. Sort of a newer homesteading DIY type channel. Ken over there is someone I've got to know back and forth over emails and stuff. I think he's really a nice guy, and he's kind of recently kicked off his channel and been putting some videos up and stuff. And it might be fun if some people went over and checked out, see what he has going on over there, and it'd be pretty fun to see his response to this. So. Yeah, so anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you get to know me a little bit better, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.